soup, I'm going to do 2/3 because I'm doubling. Okay. I need to add the breadcrumbs, which is going to be 1 cup of breadcrumbs. We're going to use panko. I believe you can use either. So there's a half. And 1. Alrighty. 2 eggs. And I'm going to break these eggs up into a bowl and beat them just a little bit with a fork. And then put them in a put them in there. Beat them just a little bit. Okay. Need some salt and pepper. So let's see here. Some salt. Pepper. Okay, so here's the burgers. I pulled those out. I had to do it in batches. Poured the grease off. So there's the burgers. Now, which are going to be Salisbury steak. Let's go over here to this bowl, and I'm going to mix up the sauce or gravy that's supposed to go with it. Alright, so in a small bowl, you're supposed to blend a tablespoon of all-purpose flour. I'm going to do 2 because I'm doubling the recipe. So let me get that. 1, 2. We need to do a 1/4 cup of ketchup, but that's going to end up being a 1/2 cup because we're doubling it. So let me get that done. Okay. And just fill that in there. Now, I typically do not use this soup on a regular basis. And there wasn't much left in the can. So I'm thinking I may just add this whole can plus this 1/2 of a can, so I'm not real sure what we're going to do about that. Maybe I'll just wait. This is the remaining soup. We'll see if we need the other. Let's see what's the next thing. Alright, so I need to stir this up. This is where it gets kind of not real sure. Not sure how my husband likes this. I'm not sure about this. Okay. All right. All right, we're supposed to put a 1/4 cup of water, so it's going to be a 1/2 cup of water. Okay. And then 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce, or Worcestershire, yeah, that. 2 tablespoons. So there's 1 and 2. then the recipe also calls for mustard powder or ground mustard powder. We need a whole teaspoon of that because, again, I'm doubling the recipe. Alright. Now what I'm going to do, you're supposed to pour this over the meat and put it back in the skillet, but because it's lumpy, I kind of want to put it in the skillet first and try to get the lumps out before I add the meat to it. So if you find yourself, let's go over here, and with the same problem, then I think that's a good idea. So we're going to put it back into the pan it came out of. We'll get it all out. And hang on just a second. I'm going to get whisk. Try to get this a little bit warmed up. Alright, I am going to put a little bit more of this soup in it because I only put what was left. So we're going to try to get some more of the soup in here because I just don't see how that's enough. Okay, so I'm putting, I've added a little bit more soup to it to make it a little bit more, because I doubled the recipe and everything. I put the patties back in there. Of course, you need to try to do it the other way where you put the patties in first and put the sauce over it. But I'll be watching it and I'll try to spoon it over the patties as they cook. It's on medium-high heat. Because if you remember correctly, you were supposed to brown each side of the patties and you weren't supposed to cook them all the way. Some of them I did overcook just a little past raw. The other ones are not. So I'm going to give it another 15 or 20 minutes and then I'll meet you right back here to finish this recipe out. Okay, so it was pretty easy